Welcome to Exleys on the NFL.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, guys? X on the NFL. We got some absolute cracker top stories. Well, trade stories that aren't official, sort of officially unofficial, if you like. It's just Maxx Crosby traded, Tua released. I think the NFL offseason is going to go fucking crazy. I know the Packers have been absolutely smashed to pieces so far.
Eagles got their defense got picked apart a bit.
Yeah, we seem to have let a fair few go. Receivers, defensive linemen. We were going to let Rashan Gary go anyway, and we managed to get a 7th round pick for him, which is good. But let's go straight into the top stories for us this week. Maxx Crosby trade to the Baltimore Ravens, and the Raiders seem like they're resetting. The Ravens send 2 first-round picks, one in 2026 and one in 27 to the Raiders, which I think that is a massive move. I didn't think Maxx Crosby would ever leave the Raiders.
I knew he didn't want to. I knew he'd grown tired of them over the last season because of all the crap they kept pulling. Like, they had a perfect chance to reset last offseason, and then they brought in Pete Carroll and Geno Smith.
Yep.
That was never going to be a winning combination. You know, their quarterback from the season before that, Aidan O'Connell or whatever his name is, has no use. Geno Smith got benched for Kenny Pickett, and now they've just traded Kenny Pickett away.
I don't know what they're going to do now. They need to find themselves a QB, and I don't think there's many on the free agency market.
Well, I think what the key difference is I believe they've got the first pick or the second. They got one of the top 3. Very much believe they're going to take Mendoza, the QB. So I think all they really need is someone like Kyler Murray, 1 year. Get him going while they figure out what Mendoza's going to do, or whoever else they take or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to look for a long-term option. I think they're going to look for someone like Kyler Murray, who's going to be relatively cheap, has veteran knowledge, be able to help out in the QB room, and still put up some half-decent numbers.
Well, there is a particular QB that's going to be going begging soon. Well, already on the market, Tua from the Dolphins.
He's off.
He could go off to the Raiders.
No, he's off. He's off the market.
Who took him?
He signed with the Falcons. Yeah. He's going to Falcons. He's going to be... Because a load of them, like the insider guys and what have you, kept saying about it. They've got 2 lefty QBs, and so it's him and Penix Jr. And of course they've released Kirk Cousins.
That does leave Miami with $99 million in dead money that they've tied up into. I'm pretty sure he only got his contract last season, his big contract last season.
It was either last season or the season before, but he's still got a couple of years left on it. I know that.
That is fucking
That's a hell of a lot of
crazy.
money to just swallow.
Yeah, they're eating that now.
Still, could be
I
worse.
didn't realise he'd
Deshaun
gone
Watson.
to the Falcons, though. Yeah, could be Deshaun Watson. But that is our 2 top stories, because I didn't think Maxx Crosby would go to anywhere but the Raiders. I thought he would stay with the Raiders. His career would be just played out in Vegas.
That's what he wanted.
Yeah, and we were saying all our season, and I'm pretty sure towards the end of the season before, Tua shouldn't be on the Dolphins anymore. And I do hope that his career turns around now that he's with the Falcons. But
I don't know what's going to happen with the Falcons.
No.
But he certainly wasn't working with the Dolphins, and I don't think his injury risk helps. I've had as many concussions as Tua.
You don't pay.
There's a reason for that. But it's not good. I don't know if he's going to be put into a different scheme, because I don't know what they're going to be looking to do this year. They only got really going to the end of last season, the Falcons, so
yeah,
they're definitely going to be looking for a change this season as well. So maybe that's what it's all about.
Hopefully.
Who knows?
But that was the 2 top stories we had, because we thought they're very noteworthy. I do think Maxx Crosby is one of the best edge rushers in the league.
I didn't think he would go to the Ravens.
To the Ravens? No, I didn't think he'd go to the Ravens. I see him going somewhere else.
Dallas was making a big push for him.
Yeah, when I first started seeing all the rumours that he could be going, this way, that way. I was like, I don't see Maxx Crosby going anywhere. And then it became officially official. I was like, what the fuck? To
I'd
the
seen
fucking
loads of
Ravens
rumours,
as well.
but to the Ravens, I never saw coming.
I'm sure Joe Burrow's going to be up against
Well, he's got
Myles Garrett,
TJ Watt, JJ Watt, sorry,
and
now Maxx Crosby.
Maxx Crosby. He is going to be one sack.
He's already
QB.
one of the most sacked QBs in the league.
Oh, I feel
They
sorry for
definitely
him.
need to upgrade that O-line.
Yeah.
He's just going to get destroyed this season.
I have not seen anything from the Bengals. I've not seen anything from the Panthers.
Panthers signed Jaelan Phillips and somebody else.
Yes.
They're looking to shore up their defenses. But that's the only two I've seen them do. Jags have signed a cornerback, I believe, or two. I'm pretty sure I saw something earlier. The thing is, I think a lot of people on this podcast don't quite realise we don't write down every free agent signing this time of year. Like, during the season, we might.
Much. It gets
But
too
this
much.
time of year, it's so many moves that happen. And this year in particular, and I even saw, I think it might have been Adam Schefter or somebody say that this is one of the busiest free agency few days ever seen.
Yeah, this has been crazy this week.
It was just
in the last
nuts.
few days.
The amount of phone notifications I've had for the last couple of days,
I
I'm
woke
sure
up
I've
to-
neglected work a little bit.
I woke up to 62 X notifications this morning.
I think I had
Oh,
49.
I was like, I'm not waiting for all that.
I
Anyway,
did.
quick signings, extensions, and trades. Kenneth Walker III to the Chiefs. Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker has signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. It's a 3-year deal worth 43.5, potentially rising to 45 million dollars. That's a lot of
It's
money.
good for the Chiefs. It's very good for the Chiefs. I'm not sure the Seahawks have realised quite what they've done.
No.
And I know they've got Charbonnet, and he is very good, but Kenneth Walker just got that contract for a reason.
Yeah. And the
Chiefs
don't
aren't notorious
run.
for paying running backs.
No, they don't run. Who? Isaiah Pacheco is their running back. They've
Yeah.
just
Well, no,
released him,
he's
haven't they?
left.
Yeah, they just released him.
Yeah.
They didn't use him enough, in my opinion.
No.
But I
They
think
didn't
next
use
season,
a lot of running backs last year very well. So
I think they
the
need
last
to
couple
go
of years.
into next season running a bit more with Mahomes just doing his ACL or MCL, whatever it was, and take some of that strain off him. He can sling the ball, but everybody
The thing
knows
is,
that.
they concentrate too much on passing. And, of course, when you do that, everybody starts to get a bit predictable. Same thing happened with the Eagles. You start relying on the passing a lot, and everything starts becoming predictable. And then when you do go to the run on the third down, it's so predictable they can just blow it up straight away.
Yeah. Go on, you can take the next one.
Well, the Raiders have been a bit busy this offseason. This one I did not see coming, but they signed Pro Bowl center Tyler Linderbaum to a 3-year, $81 million deal.
That's a lot of money.
Especially for a center.
That's a lot
I
of
didn't
money.
see the Ravens letting him go, but
No.
the fact that they've got Maxx Crosby, I get it. They're trying to save cap and what have you, but I didn't see the Raiders taking him or taking Nakobe Dean on a 3-year, $36 million deal with 20 guaranteed. That's a linebacker.
And then they take Quay Walker for 3-year, $40.5 million with $28 million guaranteed. The Raiders are loading up.
Yeah, I didn't see any of these moves coming from the Raiders, to be honest.
Obviously,
They're
being a Packers
definitely
fan-
on a reset.
Yeah. See, being a Packers fan, I knew Quay Walker was going.
Yeah, I knew Nakobe was going from the Eagles.
I kind of wanted Quay Walker to stay, but it is what it is.
Well-
As said, Packers have been pillaged, so have the Eagles.
Nakobe's one of the best blitzing linebackers in the league, so I'm pretty sure we don't have to play them this year, so that will be helpful for us.
Yeah.
Because he's been on film a few times just running through running backs and just getting to the QB. And he's picked off a ball or two, so I think they got some good some good talent this year. They've
They
taken
have.
on some good talent, shall I say.
They've taken on some good talent. Let's hope that the Raiders can actually do a little bit more than they have done in previous seasons.
It'll depend who they get in the QB, won't it? So, but the defense is looking better.
Seahawks extend Rashid Shaheed. Wide receiver Rashid Shaheed gets a 3-year, $51 million deal with $34.7 million guarantee from Seattle.
It's not really an extension because they traded for him in the season, so it's a new contract. But yeah, I think it was wise for them to keep him.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense to get rid of him. I don't know why. Well, It happens every year, doesn't it? The Super Bowl winning team seems to get pillaged a little bit, and they lose some of their good players.
The trouble is, it all comes down to the cap, doesn't it? You know, it's can you afford to keep them? Can you afford to re-sign them? And some players will take a pay cut or something to stay with their team if they've been there and they love it there. But some players are just looking to get a payday, and that's understandable.
Yeah, we just won the Super Bowl. I want more money.
Yeah.
Panthers signed Jaelan Phillips.
Yeah.
Panthers signed edge rusher Jaelan Phillips to a 4-year, $120 million deal. That's good money. Jaelan Phillips,
it's good money. He was for 8 weeks.
Is that only 8 weeks?
Yeah, well, we traded for him in like week 10.
Yeah.
Week 9 or week 10, we took him on. But to be fair, he went from having a torn Achilles, missing most of the season in Miami, doing very minimal work for Miami because they didn't really use him, came to the Eagles, instantly became a starter. And if I remember rightly, he led the Eagles in QB pressures and QB hits in just 7 weeks.
That's good. That's really, really good, isn't it?
And he had like 4 or 4.5 sacks, I believe. So to come in week 10 and do those kind of numbers, they were hoping to re-sign him, but obviously it priced out.
Yeah,
because obviously
120 mil.
Yeah, we've just extended Big JD. I hope they extend Jalen Carter, but we saw rumour of that earlier. Packers have apparently been talking to the Eagles for him.
These are the rumours you see. I've seen so many.
You see all sorts, don't you?
Yeah.
But hopefully we re-sign him. But yeah, I think the Panthers definitely need somebody who can get to a QB, and I think this will definitely help. If nothing else, he will provide very knowledgeable presence for the rest of that edge rush room. And be able to help bring the other boys up to speed.
That's what it's about. Dolphins signed Malik Willis. They pilfered him from the Packers. He'll earn $45 million over the first 2 years, including a $22.5 million signing bonus. I hope Malik Willis does very well in Miami. It is always shit to see that QB2, when you've got a good QB, go elsewhere, but he deserves to get his money. He deserves to get his chance at being QB1. May I? Yeah, he
at least deserves a chance to show what he can do.
He only got 3 starts when he got drafted to the Titans, and he only had 3 starts with Green Bay. But he did step in throughout and stuff like that.
Yeah. But he done so well in those limited games for Green Bay that I think he proved he wasn't the bust that they believed he was when he was drafted.
Yeah, he's
and
not a bust
he actually can play.
He needed
and he can play very well.
Yeah, he needed that time to develop. Like we say all the time, QBs need their time to develop. They need their time to bench warm.
Caleb Williams with
he
the
just
Bears,
needed that one season. His first season was absolutely pants. His second season was obviously his turning point. I don't know what he done in that off season, but he came back swinging, and I want to see him come back swinging at the start of this season coming up.
But I think Malik Willis has earned that contract.
100%. Packers trade Rashan Gary to the Cowboys for a 2027 4th-round pick. I thought it was a 7th, but 4th-round pick. We were getting rid of Rashan Gary anyway. He was going to get cut.
Yeah, I'd heard a few things about that. At least this way he's not just being cut.
Yeah, and he's going to the Cowboys, and Jerry
I'd rather
Jones. Jerry Jones, being the dope that he is, gave us a 4th-round pick for someone we were cutting anyway, but fuck it.
Jerry's getting senile, man.
Yeah, big.
Jerry is getting senile. Micah's gone. Now he's trading Rashan Gary for too much. I mean, that should have been a 7th round.
I thought it was a 7th round, to be fair. I thought it was
realistically, don't get me wrong, Rashan Gary's not a shit player, but for someone who's being cut anyway and what have you, maybe you stretch to a 6th, but seeing how Jerry strikes again.
You want to take the next few?
So, Jets are sending Jermaine Johnson to the Titans, and they get defensive tackle T'Vondre Sweat. I don't know much about Jermaine Johnson. I've not been able to keep up with the Jets. They've had such a bad year. But T'Vondre Sweat is a pretty good D tackle. I'm not saying he's elite level necessarily, but hopefully on the Jets he gets a chance to shine and can show what he can do.
Hopefully.
The Cowboys...
I can't say it for every team that like, I want to see the Jets do better. I want to see the Raiders do better, but I genuinely do want to see these teams do better.
Yeah, the Raiders and Jets haven't had a good few years, particularly the Jets. They haven't been to the playoffs in so long that if anybody deserves a good year, realistically, it's the Jets.
Yeah.
And the Raiders have been fucked by their ownership so much, same as the Jets, that it's just like, surely these boys have got to have a half decent season, make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Taste that end of season goal.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
But Cowboys tagged George Pickens instead of giving him a contract. So they've placed the franchise tag on him.
That's a bit cheeky, isn't it, really? He deserves...
I figured they were going to, because Jerry's notorious for not wanting to give out contracts, isn't he? So he's gonna do what he did with Micah. He's gonna drag it out. Oh, we had a verbal agreement. We had a handshake agreement. Rah rah rah.
A
Fucking
gentleman's
talk to
agreement.
the agent. Talk to the agent. That's the whole point of having an agent. That's who you go through.
That's 27.298 million for the season.
Yeah,
It's still,
that's what the franchise tag for the wide receivers is.
It's not bad money, but he could get more money. He's worth more money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why Jerry's franchised him, because he doesn't want to pay him more, probably.
Stupid. Oh, this is the one. This is the one that
Stings.
Sting. Yeah, I didn't see this coming. I didn't see this one coming.
I did. I knew there was a chance it was going to happen, but I didn't want it to happen, if that makes sense. He's one of my favourite players, but Eagles lose safety Reed Blankenship, signed with the Houston Texans on a 3-year, 20... Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's worth noting, he went undrafted and signed with the Eagles, and within a year became the everyday starter for the last few years.
Yeah, he's definitely worth the money.
We traded away other safeties, and we've had other safety issues and what have you, but he's constantly been there. Mm-hmm. Had maybe a bit of a shit end to the year last year, but who didn't on the Eagles?
Yeah, it is. It's one of them trades you kind of wish didn't happen, but it has happened. And
yeah. He was one of my favourite players on that team, if not my favourite player on the team. So it sucks to see him go, but if he's earned the money, he's earned the money. It's only fair.
Yeah, exactly.
And it comes down to that whole thing of you can't re-sign everybody.
No, that's it.
Get priced out.
Yeah. The Packers just got rid of Romeo Doubs as well. You sent me that just before we come on. I can't remember the actual... Where is it?
Yeah, I was just looking at it, trying to work it out.
Romeo Doubs is signing with the Patriots. There's nothing on the contract or anything like that. But so the Packers are left with Jalen Reed, Matthew Golden, and...
Oh, there you go. It's 4 years, 80 million.
That's good money. He's worth the money. But now we're just banking on Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, Matthew Golden, and Jalen Reed. Which Matthew Golden only got 1 touchdown, minimal yards, and not many targets last season. Because Christian Watson came back, Romeo Doubs, and now...
I was going to say, you guys had your big names back in for most of the season. Your guys were actually pretty healthy in the wide receiving room last season.
Yeah, it's probably the only room we were healthy in. Anyway, Colts, Jesus Christ. Colts and the quarterback, Anthony Richardson, have mutually agreed to seek a trade. Alec Pierce has signed a 4-year, $114 million with Indianapolis. 114.
I don't know enough about Alec Pierce to know whether he's worth that money.
No, I don't.
I did hear his name a few times throughout the year, so I knew they were kind of using him quite well.
Yeah.
But if he's earned the money, he's earned the money.
It's all about that money.
I did see just before we came on that although Daniel Jones got franchise tagged, they are apparently in an agreement on a contract extension. So he's getting a long-term deal. The rumour is they offered him 100 million. He wanted 150.
He played well for them last season.
That's why they ended up tagging him, though, because they couldn't agree on numbers before the season was due to start. So, of course, you don't want to lose and let him go get pilfered, so you tag him.
Yeah. He played well for them last season, even with the injuries.
And I think letting Anthony Richardson go elsewhere, to somewhere where he can potentially get a fresh start, maybe reset himself and get better, is the best thing to do. Because even when Daniel Jones went down, they brought Old Man Rivers in, so they clearly weren't going to use him.
Yeah, he's just wasted, isn't he? wasted,
Yeah.
just sitting on the bench. You got Texans-Lions trade. The Lions are trading running back David Montgomery to the Texans. Houston sends O-line Juice Scruggs and a 4th-round pick and a 7th-round pick to Detroit. I didn't see...
Detroit did well in that.
Yeah.
Getting
they
those...
did do well in that.
Yeah. But
They
Montgomery
had to
is a
cut
very
one of
good
them.
running back.
Yeah, they had to get rid of one of them. They couldn't keep both of them.
They weren't cutting Gibbs. I believe he's still on his... I don't know if he is, but I think he's still on his rookie contract.
I'm not 100%.
So, let me just look that up quick. But I'm pretty sure... Let me see. He is... Well, he's 23, so yeah, he'll still be on his rookie contract. So yeah, they weren't getting rid of Gibbs. And to be fair, Gibbs is very fast.
Yeah.
Montgomery is very physical, very hard to tackle. He's very elusive. And he'll just knock you out. I mean, everybody. I'm sure it was last. Was it last year? That clip of him going around where he caught the ball and then turned around. There's a guy right on him, so he just like heads him and puts him on the floor.
The Lions done very well on that trade.
They did. Houston could do well if they use him right.
Houston's another team that don't use a running back to the right potential. Yeah. So hopefully they put him in and use him as a running back should be used. And then the Rams. You go.
Yeah, they took Trent McDuffie from the Chiefs. They traded in a deal that includes a 1st, 5th, and 6th round, plus a 2027 3rd rounder. And then immediately extend him on a 4-year, $124 million contract to make him the highest paid cornerback in the league.
That's crazy. That is
some belief in that talent.
He is good. He is very good. Yeah. He is very good. It just sucks the Chiefs, the Rams are taking him. Like the Rams need to do something with their defense.
Rams were very susceptible to the passes last year on that defense. They've got a pretty good run defense. Like when you try and run it, they're very good at slowing it or stopping it.
Yeah.
But they definitely were susceptible to some passes. So that will definitely help. Trent McDuffie is a very good cornerback. I was surprised they let him go.
Because that's where I was going with that. Extremely surprised.
Only reason I can come up with it for them trading him is the salary cap.
Yeah, because they've got a very high salary cap, haven't they? They're capped out, if you like. The Bills are trading a 2026 second-round pick to the Bears. In return, they receive DJ Moore and a 2026 fifth-round pick. Didn't see them letting go of DJ Moore, but I see...
No, I didn't, but it's very good for the Bills. They get a more consistent pass catcher, and the Bears didn't use him very much last year. No. I think he only had like 500 or 600 yards the whole season. So they've really whittled down his
wide receiver.
Yeah, and he will be, compared to what they've got, he will be a very good receiver.
Eagles extend Jordan Davis. Defensive tackle Jordan Davis signs a 3-year, $78 million deal, and that includes $65 million guaranteed.
It is also on top of, he had already used his 5th-year option, so he is now tied to Philly until, I believe, 2031 or 2032, because he's yet to play out his 5th year. So from his rookie deal, so he's got like another 4 years to be in Philly. So he's quite happy, and they're quite happy to have him. I mean, he's a big guy, and he's done very well this year.
Yeah, he has.
Well, he was drafted at, I think, 360 pounds.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight, hasn't he?
He's down to like, he was like 368 or 367, and he's down to like 330, but that's mostly muscle now instead of
I've seen a few images of him going around. He is massive still, but it's all muscle
in a different way.
Yeah, it's all muscle now. Question for the viewers. You can take this, Steve, because it was your question, and I just like this question.
I thought this was quite a good one. Free agency already started. Who's going to be the biggest spender? Who does everybody see being the biggest spender throughout free agency? Now, obviously, there's a few teams that have still been quiet. Eagles, Packers, Chiefs haven't really taken on anybody through free agency. So there's still quite a few quiet teams out there. Raiders have already spent quite a bit. Panthers have put a few moves in, so there's team spending. But who's going to be the biggest spender throughout free agency?
Yeah, you've still got quite a few quiet teams at the moment.
Yeah. And I think a few of the quieter teams are waiting to see where the market settles so they can gauge players' value, so they don't overpay for players that aren't worth huge amounts.
Yeah. That's the thing, isn't it? And it's only just started, really. There's still a
Literally,
long way to go.
Well, we're on the second day, so
Yeah, there's still
quite a way.
But that's it from me. How about you? That is it for us this week then, and we are off next week, back again the week after. We're down to 2-week videos at the moment until the season starts.
Or at least training camp.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to Exleys on the NFL. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Exleys NFL Podcast, on TikTok, Tony Exley 12, on Spotify, Exleys NFL Podcast, and don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. We'd love to hear answers to your questions, and we'll see you next time. Peace!
That's all from us. See you next week on Exleys on the NFL, and thanks for watching.
1, 2,